Hey, you guys. So before I review Onward, I just want to talk to you guys for a second. So, as you guys know, this whole outbreak is taking form. I don't know if I can say the name on like a video without it getting in trouble, so I'm not going to. Long story short, a lot of movies are being pushed back or just removed from their slate entirely. So, long story short, I had about 4 to 5 reviews planned over the next 2 to 3 months, and all of them are going to be canceled due to this outbreak, including A Quiet Place Part 2. I was thinking about doing Milan, Fast and Furious 9, The New Mutants. To be specific, Fast and Furious 9 got delayed to April 2021, and that's all I can give you on information on that. The other movies got just delayed. That's all we were given. We weren't given anything in terms of a release date, which this sucks. You know, I understand why, but I really wish these people would work on a new method for us to watch movies, because now, because of everything that's happening now, our lives are on the line now. Well, in terms of the epidemic, yeah, where our lives are on the line, but you know, now we're in danger of our channels just becoming dead. You know, my Instagram just got hacked, and I'm trying to get it back up. And now, how many movies aren't going to come back out? Aren't going to come out now because of this? This is insane. Our channels. This is how. Let me explain something to you guys. This channel is all I have. I'm not one of those people that is living the greatest life. I'm not. This channel. And the very few, I know I don't have a lot of, subs. Believe me, I understand that. But the few people that I do entertain make my lifestyle that much better. And every time I see you guys viewing a video and commenting back or putting a like, it really just motivates me to keep going. And the fact that I'm not going to be able to push out movie reviews now is really heartbreaking to me. Because this is what I love to do. I love to sit behind this microphone on this PlayStation controller and spew my knowledge into this, community and really get my opinion out there. Now I'm not going to be able to do that. Well, at least for new releases anyway. Now, my plan. I do have a plan for how to keep the channel moving until we start getting, until we start getting new releases again. Now, there are still new releases coming out, and if I feel safe to go see these movies, I will go see them, even if they're not the best. I heard The Hunt was actually very good. I might consider going to see that, but I don't know. That's not something on my mind right now. Bloodshot is the only other thing out right now. That, if you know me, I thought it looked absolutely terrible. So, what I'm thinking of doing, I don't know, but what I'm thinking of doing is doing retro reviews. Movies that are from my childhood, or movies that I've grown to like, or maybe movies that I see in a new light, movies that I maybe saw once and hated, and movies that, and like now that I watch it as an older person, I love it. Or movies that maybe I liked as a kid, but then realized that they're just not, it's not good. Or maybe movies that I'll watch on purpose just to see if they're good or bad or not. Movies that I've never seen. Or maybe I'll go back and do like, I don't know, like the top movies from 2019 that I never saw. Maybe I'll do something like that, where I can, really flesh out my, library from 2019, And maybe another video I have an idea for is, because Rise of Skywalker comes out in a couple of weeks on 4K. Maybe I'll do a video saying like, oh, how I feel about the movie after watching it for a second time. I haven't watched it since I saw it. But yeah, that's just a couple ideas. I'll figure it out. But the main thing I'm gonna be doing is making videos and streaming games that are popular. You know, mainly I'm gonna be streaming Battlefront, because Battlefront is what I'm mostly playing right now, and Battlefront's about to have so much content. I can't wait. Tomorrow is gonna be a big day. We're gonna be streaming, me, a couple of my friends, we're gonna be streaming Friday the 13th, because it is Friday the 13th, and I made a video about it last year. And, you know, Friday the 13th, you know, it's a special day to me, even if it's, you know, not exactly a real holiday. You know, I consider it a real holiday because I love horror. So we're going to be streaming Friday the 13th, get it back on that. It's going to be a good time, I hope. But with that said, I did see a new release today. Probably the last one I'm going to see for a while. So let's make it worth it. So, Onward is the new Pixar movie to be released. It stars Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, respectively, as two brothers that they don't have a father. And Tom Holland's character in particular, he really misses his father, and he never had a moment with him. But Chris Pratt's character did, and so he's really craving like a moment. And so they find out that there's a way to bring him back, only the way they do, unfortunately, backfires. And so they have to go on this quest to hopefully right the wrong that they did. So what did I think of Onward? Well, first of all, the reviews for this movie were a little divisive, I would say. People were saying that, I never heard necessarily bad things. I just heard that, oh, it wasn't really that good, or oh, it's not Pixar's best. I can say one thing with full confidence. This is not Pixar's best. Absolutely. Because Toy Story to me was better. Toy Story 4. But that does not stop this movie from being a blast and insanely fun from start to well, not from start, but this movie was a blast to watch. Let's talk about the positives and work right into the negatives. So positives first. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt really work in this movie. They have great chemistry from the MCU, and so that chemistry is carried over into this movie, and you really buy the bromance. Not bromance, but like the I don't know how you would call like brothers. I guess you just buy them being brothers. We'll say that. All the voice acting across is really nice. One thing that I did find weird, it's not a negative on the movie, it's just something that I found weird. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt sound really weird. Like, they don't sound like their natural selves, and I know what they sound like because they're in the MCU. I don't know. To me, it just sounded really weird. You know, like Tom Holland, he has his voice a little bit, but it's not like, I don't know. I feel like they kind of warped their voices, or maybe they were doing different voices for the sake of the movie. Also, the animation is phenomenal. Pixar once again knocks it out the park with their animation styles. Another positive I think is the ending to this movie is amazing. I was having a blast when this movie was ending. I really like this ending. It's one of my favorite endings to a Pixar movie. And I wish the whole movie had that kind of vibe. So, also the story is pretty good. Again, the ending is great. The plot is pretty good. The pacing is alright. I'll get into that in a second. And let's see, what's another positive? The world. I'll say the world. The world building, I think, is very good. You know, I said this from the trailer. I was like, this feels like Monsters Inc. with magic and dragons. And I 100% still agree with that. You know, the world operates fully like Monsters Inc. meets mythology. And I think it's really funny. There were some clever jokes. Not all the jokes worked. but there were other jokes that were hilarious. So here we move into the negatives. And there's not too many negatives, but my main negative for me was the first 20 minutes of this movie really dragged. And I was really paying attention because me and my friends, we all went to go see this movie. And I was paying attention to how they felt towards this movie. So immediately they said that, you know, they're casual movie fans. They don't really watch a whole lot of movies. Like, they watch a little bit, not so much. So one of my friends I was sitting next to, she was like, the beginning was really slow and I didn't like it. And I was like, okay, so I thought it was me. But once this movie picks up, and man, it picked up and we were having a blast. That's really my only negative. The pacing in the beginning was really bad. But and also some of the dialogue is not exactly the best, and some of that humor is not like Pixar's best humor. You've heard better from Pixar, you know. This is the same company that was making adult jokes during Toy Story. You know, if you know the one that I'm talking about. The word that I'm looking for, I can't say because there's preschool toys around. Oh, excuse me. And you know, some of that humor lands, some of it doesn't. Also, I thought there was another side plot that, and there's a lot of also conveniences that kind of happen where it's like you couldn't have done that earlier. Octavia Spencer's character in particular was one of those people. I was like, you couldn't have just done that earlier. But other than that, this movie was a blast. I had fun with it. I think it's getting a little bit harsh hate. I don't think it's great or anything, but you know, it's fun for what it is. If you want to just kick back and watch a Pixar movie, by all means. This would be one of them that I would watch again. Oh, come on, man. That's really it, guys. I don't really have any more thoughts on Onward. I thought it was a blast. It's a fun Pixar movie for what it is. I liked it about as much as Sonic. So take that how you will. I expected a little bit more from Pixar, but again, I didn't walk out hating it. I had walked out having a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe, please. Even though we're not going to have more reviews, we're definitely going to have more content coming soon to the channel. And, yeah, that's it. Take care.